Pam Bondi stepped into the courtroom, her head held high. A small silver cross glinted at her neckline, a quiet but unwavering symbol of her faith. She had faced tough cases before, but today was different. Today, she was the one on trial, at least in the eyes of Judge Ethan Caldwell. As she took her place at the defense table, murmurs rippled through the courtroom. Opposing counsel had filed a motion claiming that her cross violated the court's neutrality rules. The judge, a man known for his strict adherence to legal precedents, peered down at her from the bench. "Ms. Bondi, you have been made aware of the court's policy regarding religious symbols," Judge Caldwell said, adjusting his glasses. "I regret to inform you that you are in violation. The fine for noncompliance is $500. A hush fell over the courtroom. Pam could feel the weight of the moment pressing down on her, but she remained steady. Her entire career had been built on fighting for justice, and she wasn't about to let this moment define her. "Your Honor," she said, her voice clear and composed, "I respect this courtroom and the laws it upholds. But I must ask, what is the purpose of justice if it does not allow for individual expression? This cross represents my moral compass, the very thing that guides my integrity as an officer of the court." Judge Caldwell sighed, his gavel poised. "Ms. Bondi, this is not about faith. It is about maintaining impartiality. The law must apply equally to all." "And yet," Pam countered, "the very foundation of our legal system was built upon the principles of justice and conscience. If I am to serve this court to the best of my ability, should I not be allowed to carry with me the very values that compel me to be fair and just?" The judge hesitated. Pam could see the gears turning in his mind. The courtroom remained silent, all eyes fixed on him. Finally, he set the gavel down and leaned forward. "You make a compelling argument, Ms. Bondi. But I must uphold the policy. The fine remains." Pam nodded, then reached into her briefcase. Instead of pulling out her checkbook, she withdrew a well-worn law book and flipped to a highlighted section. "With all due respect, Your Honor, I believe you may find precedent here that suggests otherwise." Judge Caldwell adjusted his glasses and read the passage. His brow furrowed. Then his expression softened. "Interesting," he murmured. He read further, the courtroom watching in anticipation. After a long pause, he set the book down. "Ms. Bondi," he said, his voice carrying a newfound reverence, "I was prepared to uphold the fine on principle. But I see now that justice must also recognize the humanity of those who serve it. Your knowledge of the law is admirable, and your passion for your beliefs is undeniable. The fine is rescinded." A collective sigh of relief rippled through the room. Pam smiled, gratitude filling her chest. It wasn't about the fine. It was about the principle, the recognition that faith and justice need not be at odds. As she left the courtroom, a young law student approached her. "Ms. Bondi, that was incredible. You didn't just fight for yourself, you fought for everyone who believes in something greater." Pam placed a reassuring hand on the young woman's shoulder. "Justice isn't just about the letter of the law," she said. "It's about understanding its spirit." Judge Caldwell watched her go, a thoughtful expression on his face. That day, the courtroom had not just witnessed a legal debate, it had seen the power of conviction, compassion, and the quiet brilliance of a woman who stood firm in her beliefs. And perhaps, in that moment, he understood justice a little differently than he had before.